Just saying that now. That was that was Halloween Melody by Musical Ghost. I like that. I like Musical Ghost.
It's a bit early for a Halloween song, though.
Why not?
It's not October.
I know it's a little bit too early for a Halloween song, but I'm allowed to. I control the music. I have the power to do whatever I want.
I was about to say we're closer to Easter, but Easter's been and gone, hasn't it?
Yeah. I think if any, we're actually close. I would say
We're actually closer to Halloween than anything, aren't we?
Unless we count summer holidays as a.
No.
No.
We don't get summer holidays anymore.
We don't really get an Easter anymore, to be honest, mate. Sorry. We're on camera now. Hi. Give us a second. We just got one more thing to edit. As I'm swallowing an ice cube. But I forgot what the thing is I'm supposed to be editing. There we go. Properties. There we go. Just one tiny little thing which would bug me if I don't change it. We're on episode 146, not 145. Anyway, as always, mate. Do you want to do the intro?
Not really. You can crack on.
Thanks. Anyway. Hello, fellow cravers, and welcome to the CTG Podcast. It is episode 146. It is May the 31st. It's summer tomorrow, mate. Technically.
Is it?
Well, June. June is summer, in my opinion. I don't get this whole thing where people say, oh no, summer doesn't start until the end of June. No, summer starts on the 1st of June. That's what we was taught at school. June, July, August is summer. Yeah, so yeah, it's summer tomorrow. Well, it feels like summer now, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's meant to rain again soon, won't it?
I'm not while we're doing the podcast. I've got my windows open.
No, not that soon.
No. Anyway, we're here. We are actually, the thing is, we're about 2 weeks away from E3 as well. That's another thing. Which usually around this time we would have a bit of a gaming news drought. Oh, it'll be more of, oh, have you heard the leaked rumours about this? Have you heard the rumours about this? No, we've actually had companies come out and say, yeah, we're doing this.
Yep.
It's coming out February. Yeah, and you guys were like, well, yeah, we've also changed our logo. We've got a plan to show at E3, but we just, we were too excited.
Yeah, we just made it non-coloured, really.
Yeah, we took the colour out. We made the font look a little bit cleaner. But the logo's still the same. Apart with
First time in
blue.
15 years, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. We might as well start with this anyway, because we started talking about it. It was news today that Ubisoft have, well, first of all, changed their logo. So, it's not, like I said, it's not much of a change. So, you said they've took the colour out of it.
Yeah.
But I understand what they're going to be doing with it, and I like the ideas what they're going to be doing with it.
But they said it's because it's more player-centric. I don't think a player's going to look at Hello and go, oh.
It's not the first thing that I actually think of when I look at a logo and think, no, that logo is just, it doesn't speak to us.
Yeah.
Coming from an area of the industry where we just see two letters put next to each other in a circle, and we say, yeah, that is actually one of our main publishers of gaming in the world.
Yeah.
We don't look at, say... So, if you haven't seen it yet, this is, if the camera will be nice enough to let us show it properly this time. This is Ubisoft's new logo. Yeah, so it's basically just the writing's a bit more clear. I just noticed that, the O in Ubisoft as well. It's actually it's got a broken little bit in between it as well.
Oh, yeah, hasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually quite nice. So, 2003 was when they introduced the last logo. So, you said it's 14 years, nearly 15 years for that one. And then, of course, they started in 1986 as Ubisoft itself. That's it. Nothing else. You can definitely tell that is very 80s.
Yeah.
That's the original Ubisoft logo. And then they changed it again. They kept with that one for around about 9 years. And then the one that I remember quite clearly, the old
Oh
Ubisoft
yeah.
one. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
this is backwards, but that's just how the camera is set. And then, of course, the original one that we all know and love, which they basically change every time. And, of course, we've already seen the new logo. So, what do you think? Why do you think they've announced it now, not at E3? It sounds like this is something that you would announce at E3. You would wait until the end of the thing and say, and now our new logo.
Yeah. I'll start with it and confuse people.
Yeah, I was thinking. So,
Who is this?
yeah, well, this is the weird thing about Ubisoft. This last week, at least, they've been announcing so many things, and you're
Yeah.
thinking, well, you guys have got. It wouldn't bug me as much if it wasn't for the fact that they have announced that they are going to be doing a press conference again this year.
Yeah.
The thing is, if they came out and said, yeah, we're missing E3, but here's a bunch of stuff that we're doing,
Yeah.
then I was like, yeah, okay, we completely understand. So, we spoke a little bit about it last week. They've already said that Assassin's Creed Origins is coming this fiscal year.
Yeah.
The Crew 2's coming this fiscal year, and Far Cry 5, which we'll talk a little bit more about later on, is also going to be coming out at the beginning of next year as well.
Yeah.
And like these are the kind of announcements we have at E3.
Yeah.
Now, Ubisoft has an hour show. If we already know about this stuff, what have they got to talk about? To
It's
us?
like it's not gonna be any it seems like it's not gonna be any announcements. Maybe they're gonna show gameplay footage of these things they've already announced, which isn't exciting.
Yeah, but
really.
that's not the thing we actually go for E3 now, especially when this is one of the first major public ones as well.
Yeah.
So you've not just got you've not just got the press in there where they did this. If it was just press, yeah, I completely understand it. Here's actually gameplay of it. But you've got the public there now, and the public will want to go and say, "Whoa, what games you're bringing out? What new things you're going to be bringing out?" Not, yeah, we already mentioned this, but here you go.
Yeah. Here's some gameplay footage. Ooh.
I think, if anything, the only thing that could really surprise us with stuff that we already know about is Assassin's Creed Origin date and probably the Crew 2 date. But then, knowing Ubisoft, they have surprised us before. They might even talk about another game we'll be talking about later. Their Mario crossover title with their rabbits.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the thing that's going to happen. So anyway, going back to its logo, here's a bit of information. So the logo change, which you've already seen, was revealed to the world over on the Ubisoft blog, along with the look at the company's logo changes over the years. While the new look isn't so different from the current one, it's still a swirl, because that would be stupid if you got rid of the swirl.
Yeah.
The blue is gone, and it looks a bit more modern. I would say that is the modern. Oh, your cameras did it.
It's just
What a surprise! Your camera, I didn't. It took its time, but it did it. Don't worry, we can fix this. We have the power. We have the skills.
it's like if I nod.
Yeah,
Ooh,
it's
see how
like-
red my head is in the sun.
There we go. 1, 2, 3, and did GD fix it? Yeah, GD fixed it. I think I can move you up a little bit. I'm not 100% sure though. Oh yeah, I can. There we go, mate. There you go. There you go. Back up to there.
It only happens on Skype. It must be the update. The stupid.
It must be
app
something to do
update.
with this, yeah. Anyway, going back to it. So this is what the announcement reads. The new swirl is an evolution of our existing logo that marks a new era for Ubisoft. One with an increased focus on live and digital games, as well as a player-centric approach to creating immersive worlds.
So what? Your logo?
Your logo.
Your logo creates immersive worlds. It's a bloody good logo.
Oh, they've got more here. It all started in 1986 with this rad design. Fuck off. A look inspired by the distinct visual style of the 80s. At the time, Ubisoft was a local distributor of video games. 9 years later, Rayman was born, and Ubisoft introduced the Rainbow. This marked the company's shift from distributor to creator, and highlighted the fact that Ubisoft was creating mainly family-oriented content. Here's the last bit. Today we create worlds that live as video games, comics, movies, TV shows. That's a good point. They aren't just a video game company anymore. Books and amusement park rides. The post continued. Our new logo is minimalist, modern, and monochromatic. Is there more? Yeah, there is more. Sweet. With this new look, we proudly embrace our role as a creator of worlds as we move towards the most exciting time of the year, E3. You will see this new emblem take on the colors and textures of our worlds. And there you have it, new Ubisoft logo. It's rather nice and simple, actually. I gave it an American accent when it didn't actually need it. Especially when Ubisoft is actually a French company.
Well, that's how, like it says, you'll see it take on a new colour.
Yeah.
Which matches the worlds. What's all the worlds are now going to be white?
No. I think we're looking at the logo wrong. The thing is, I don't think the logo is actually going to be black and white. I think it's just going to be like a wireframe type of design. Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll probably change up like they did with
like
the last
EA
Ubisoft
does with
logo.
theirs.
Even the last Ubisoft logo, like Splinter Cell one seemed to be different colours. Assassin's Creed one seemed to be like it was an animus type thing. So maybe they are going to mix and match it to what's on.
But I understand why they want to change it. Like we've both said, it's been 14 years with the original logo now, and the only thing I could say about looking at the timeline of their logos, they could have put anything as the first logo, and I would have said, "Oh, that was the original logo."
Yeah.
Even if they had lost, I wouldn't be surprised if they actually lost the file and someone said, "Shit, just make something that looks 80s." That will do.
Yeah.
That will do. Just push that out. They don't know. But it'll be interesting to see how the logo does, how Ubisoft's press conference goes, because it is usually one of the most entertaining ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I feel like that is one that I'm really looking forward to. We can actually give you guys the time when it is going to be for the Ubisoft press conference as well, because I actually took a photo of the goddamn chart this time. Well done me. So Ubisoft here in the UK will be beginning at 9 PM on June the 12th, which is... we've got a calendar for June the 12th at the moment. I think it's a Sunday or Monday. No, yeah, it's a Sunday.
It is. Monday.
It's a Monday. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. So there you have it, guys. Ubisoft at 9 PM here in UK time. If for America, say Los Angeles, where it is at 1 PM on the Monday as well. So I think that's a reasonable time. It's bang in the middle. It's between... Why would people go and watch that? The PC Gaming Show, which is actually in the... I think someone messed up the timeline here. I hope. Yeah. No, that's all right. Yeah, so the PC Gaming Show starts at 6 PM. Then we've got 3 hours of break. So if anyone's going to watch that, then we've got Ubisoft, and then Sony is at 2 AM on the in the morning for that one. So yeah, that's what I've got here at the moment. But yeah, let's talk about the game that they did actually announce this week as well. So we mentioned it last week. Far Cry 5 is going to be set in Montana.
Mm-hmm.
but a lot of people thought it was going to be more of a Western close to it, but no, it's actually quite modern.
Yeah.
And it has caused a bit of controversy, which I find funny.
Yep.
So, if people don't know, on Friday they revealed the whole thing, what is going to be happening with Far Cry 5. It looks like it is a religious cult.
Yeah.
Or what's it called? Extremist Christian side extremism by the looks of things, which is nice to see. But I think a lot of games seems to be doing this lately, where they've been making fun of Outback America. We had it with Resident Evil 7. It is a good example that did it.
Outlast 2.
Outlast 2's not long done it as well, and now Ubisoft has put their cap into the ring for this one as well.
Yeah.
Which that's when the controversy starts. It's like, no. You're a big company. You can't make fun of us. Thinking, yeah, because you know the rest of the world over here, they're happy that they're making fun of you for this. But so what have you seen of the new Far Cry 5 so far from the reveal? What do you think of it?
I don't know. I would like that. I was a really big fan of the first one.
What, the first one?
The very first one, yeah.
Yeah, we've got to be clear with that because a lot of people think the first one was Far Cry 3.
Yeah, Far Cry Predator, I think, yeah. Something
like that.
I was a big fan of that one. Big fan of the way it worked. First game that shocked me how good a game can look graphically.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I didn't really get into the Far Cry series myself until the third one, where I think it did actually blow up, but I think that was mainly because of Vars in the game.
Yeah, I got up to the point where Vars they died, and I thought it's actually continuing. I'm not going to finish it because I don't want to. I'm not bothered about anybody else now.
I love that way of thinking of it. Oh, the guy that we all enjoyed, the bad guy. Oh, he dies. He dies halfway through. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where you should have ended the game.
I didn't really try 4.
Oh, that was with Pagan Min.
Because I mean in mind that it's not Vars. And then
it's just not Vars. I'm thinking, he's still bad. Look at him. Look what he did to this. He killed one of his own men. He wants your attention. Come on. Go play with me.
Didn't even bother with Primal.
Yeah, I think not many
didn't
people
look like
did.
it. Looked shite.
No, I think Primal had the problem of it that a lot of people were expecting it to be more of a comedic type of game, because that's what usually they did with the Far Cry series, didn't they? It was serious number, and then something stupid, serious number, something stupid, serious number. But no, this time they went from serious number to serious name.
Yeah.
I think someone might have said to him, well, people want now to play in the past. Ubisoft looked at it and thought, okay, they want to play in the past, we'll go as far in the past as we possibly can.
Yeah.
And they went, I'm going to say, you guys went a bit too far there.
Yeah.
And you kind of just come back to, alright, you screw that, we're having present day instead. So it started in 2004 with Far Cry, which actually was developed by Crytek Studios. That's why it's got the Cry title in it. Was published by Ubisoft on the 23rd, on March the 23rd, for Windows. So it was originally a PC-only game.
Yeah.
It sold about nearly three quarters of a million units within 4 months of release. Which, that's that time of the year, that was actually quite good. The game's story follows an ex-Special Forces operator named Jack Carver, who is stranded on the mysterious archipelago in Micronesia. He is searching for a female journalist who was escorting after she went missing when her sailboat was destroyed by mercenaries. So that was the first one. And then 4 years later, we had Far Cry 2. So this one revolved around the Jackal, who has turned two fictional factions in Africa against each other. The game's sandbox gameplay has been highly touted, allowing the players access to 50 kilometers squared of African terrain. That looks like nothing nowadays, doesn't it?
But then the only problem was with that one, obviously at the time it was huge.
Yeah.
And you'd crash your car and you can't drive it anymore and then be stuck walking through just trees and trees and trees trying to find somewhere.
But that's the thing. I think that's when I heard of Far Cry first of all, was the second one, because they did show that quite often where you got stuck in a tree. But I think I remember having a bit of a go of it, and I didn't like it. I was looking thinking, there's better games that did this.
Yeah.
And yeah. So then of course we had Far Cry 3 in 2012. I think everyone already knows about that story. Like I said, Vars, blah blah blah. Far Cry 4 was set in Kyrat in the Himalaya region. Kyrat, sorry. And Pagan Min. And so I can actually tell you guys what we already know about the story of Far Cry 5. So it was announced last week with a planned release date for February the 27th next year. Is that... Wait a minute. We have 28 days in February. Yeah, my mind just went blank for some weird reason. Sorry about that. So anyway, the game is set in modern-day Montana in the fictional Hope County. The players take on the role of sheriff's deputy who becomes entangled in a violent conflict between a doomsday cult called Eden's Gate, led by the father, Joseph Seed, and his children. And the resisting residents of Hope County who have seen their friends and family taken or killed by the cult. So that is what we know of this story so far. So it's a doomsday cult. Simple enough. It's set in Montana, and you're playing a deputy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and you mentioned some of the spin-offs we've got here. So we had Far Cry Instincts, which it resembled the earlier PC game of Far Cry. That's the one that came out to the Xbox.
Xbox 360 one.
Yeah. The ports were also planned for PlayStation 2 and GameCube. However, due to unknown reasons, these ports were never released for that game. Then we had Instincts Evolution, which was released on March 27th, 2006.
That was the 360, wasn't it?
Sorry?
That was the 360, wasn't it, I think?
Yeah, here we go. So Evolution includes a new single-player campaign, although it is considerably shorter than the campaign found in the Far Cry Instincts. The game also includes new weapons vehicles, as well as an expanded map maker and an extra multiplayer mode. Maps that are created on the Xbox version of Instincts cannot be transferred to the Xbox 360 version. And then we had Instincts Predator, which was Xbox 360 title. It was released on the same day as Evolution. So Evolution was the original Xboxers, and then Predator was the 360s. Then we had one called Paradise Lost. It didn't even have the... What's it called? The Far Cry name to it. You not heard of this one? No. So Paradise Lost is a rail shooter arcade game port of Far Cry Instincts. It was developed by Global VR and published by Ubisoft in 2007. Its light guns are similar to those of Alien Extermination. Players use stationary turrets armed with rockets and grenades as power-ups. And then we had Vengeance, which came out on the Wii in 2006. The one that we all know, Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon. That was the standalone DLC that came out 360. You can actually get it backwards compatible now as well. And then the newest one, Far Cry Primal, which was released October 2015. It was announced in October 2015. Came out February 23rd, 2016. So we've not had a Far Cry this year so far. So that's how you should do it, Ubisoft. 2 years is plenty of time.
Yeah. We got to think. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it was February 2016 it came out, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. So that came out on the PS4, Xbox One, and then March 2016 for Microsoft Windows. And of course, set in the Stone Age, it was alright. Yeah, so that was the Far Cry games. And I'm happy that they are continuing with this. They have always been a bit controversial for what their
Yeah.
terms have been. Like, for example, the last one, because it was all set in the Himalaya type of thing, blah, blah, blah. And then the last one, Far Cry 3. And Far Cry Primal was mainly because of the map was so similar to Far Cry 3. Far
Yeah,
Cry
it was
4.
like just a reskin people were saying,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
okay, fuck that. We don't want to play a reskin. It's a different game. This time
Yeah.
you can control animals. They're your weapons. You don't have guns. You have a wolf. Think it has a shotgun, but it's a wolf form. So, yeah, Far Cry 5, I can't wait to see a bit more information about this. It's more than
Yeah.
likely going to be one of those titles I do pick up anyway to have a go of. Because I ended up getting Primal. I've never actually installed that. I've got it, but I've never installed Primal. Didn't even bother with it. So yeah, like I said, 5. The whole number 1 seemed to always be quite good, and also it's Ubisoft. So far, what they've done this year, I'm always going to be behind them now this time, because they've done brilliantly. They've just produced good game after good game after good game. They're on a roll at the moment, and especially with games that we can see coming out, like of course Assassin's Creed. We've got the Stick of Truth, not the Stick of Truth, sorry, the Fractured But Whole coming in October as
Yeah.
well. The Crew 2 probably will be better than the first one because that's Ubisoft's forte. First game's crap, second game's going to be superb. For example, Watch Dogs.
My fingers crossed for their E3 conferences. Just to hear Michael Ironside's voice and find out Splinter Cell's coming back with him voicing Sam Fisher again.
That actually would be a huge surprise. If you think about it, that would be something that would get a lot of people excited about that.
Yeah.
And it would make sense of them announcing things like the Far Cry 5 and all the other bits and pieces.
Yeah.
Because they do actually said in the actual thing they have got a secret IP that they haven't announced yet. So it'll be interesting to see what that one is. Not just that, I want to see some more Rayman. I want to see some more UbiArt stuff. The thing is, I don't want...
Definitely. I want a Child of Light 2.
I want a Child of Light 2. That would be brilliant, yeah. Or, do you know what I would love to see? Another Valiant Hearts game. The thing is, I love that first game to bits. I would love to see them do that again, either with World War One or even with World War Two. I think, you know me, I don't like World War games, but the way that they did it with Valiant Hearts, that was brilliant. Because everyone who does a World War game, it's, oh, here's a gun, now go shoot that guy over there. Oh yeah, here's a little bit of bad story of what's happening. But you're still going to shoot all these people.
Yeah.
Valiant Hearts, on the other hand, no, this is actually a story. We followed some notes. You're not actually going to be shooting a lot of people. You're just going to be doing what we're telling you to do, and you go with that. And here's a dog. You love the dog. You really will love the dog. You don't want to tell you what we do to the dog. But you will love the dog, and that is a real dog. Was a real dog.
Yeah, I got Valiant Hearts the day it came out because of how much I like Child of Light. I was like, another UbiSoft game, I'll have one of that.
The things, that's what I'm more scared of with Ubisoft, is them being too careful, especially with the whole Vivendi rumours of them trying to do a hostile takeover of Ubisoft. I think everyone is afraid of that. But I feel like with them announcing these games, them changing their logo as well, I feel like Ubisoft aren't really as worried as the media is about this. Because I feel like they know that they're strong enough to withstand this. It's basically Fox. It's the French Fox. But yeah, it's not just that. We got to remember Ubisoft isn't just a games company as well. We say they do comics. They get diving into the movie industry as well. Okay, the Assassin's Creed one didn't do as well, but they've done with other. They've got other plans with that. We would like to see what they do with that. And yeah,
What else would be nice? I think a nice surprise is them revamping the Prince of Persia series as well.
Yeah, well, I'd say the last Prince of Persia wasn't that bad. The only problem was that the guy who you was playing wasn't actually a prince. So the title made no sense. Oh, yeah, it's not a spoiler. You get told that at the very beginning. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say that one wasn't that bad. I would like to see him do a Prince of Persia franchise build around it. Probably do a movie, some comic books with it as well.
Yeah, a better movie than
better
the one
movie. I'd make sure you do not make it into Assassin's Creed. If you're going to do another movie, Ubisoft, which we know you are, think about it and have a bit more confidence in your own work.
Yeah.
Don't say, oh, these movie people know what they're doing. No, they don't. They have proven many times they do not know what they're doing when it comes to making a movie out of a video game. We've already seen it a couple of times. We saw it with Warcraft. We saw it with one of your titles, Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Don't. We want you guys to have control of this.
I think there's one computer game to movie I've actually sat down and enjoyed and watched and enjoyed, and that was the very first Silent Hill one.
Yeah, well, with me, mine, a franchise more when it comes to games, movies. I would say not movies from video games, but movies influenced by video games. Is the Resident Evil series. The thing is, like I keep saying, I love that one because they kind of rolled with it themselves, and it kind of just went its own separate way. To a point that I know the final chapter did not long come out, but we've already heard that there's going to be a reboot to Resident Evil, the movies, which I'm looking at thinking, you know what, yeah, I'll probably watch that. I'll probably enjoy it. The thing is, it's not just that, I also like the anime stuff that they did with it as well.
Yeah.
You know what, there is actually quite a few good video game movies out there. I think another good example, but this is the thing, I think most of the good ones are animated.
Yeah.
Another one is Final Fantasy Advent Children. That was brilliant. That was one of the brilliant thing to that. Another one where it's kind of the pre-sequel to another one, Final Fantasy Kingsglaive. Where it basically explains what is happening before Final Fantasy 15, or what is actually happening during Final Fantasy 15, if anything. But it's the story that we don't know about. You've got to go and watch the movie of it. And then even Tomb Raider series, that was actually good. They introduced me to Angelina Jolie through that, first of all.
I wasn't a fan of them ones.
You wasn't a fan of those ones. I thought it was okay. That's the thing. I feel like video game movies get a lot of bad press from us gamers. But at the same time, we've got to remember these guys aren't there just to make us happy. They've got to also think, right, this is what's going to make us money. The thing is, we don't want just you guys, because you are actually a small amount of people coming in. We want also these people over here, which is a huge crowd, to come in as well. Because the thing is, there is video gamers who don't like movies. There's movie goers that don't like video games, and then there's that sliver in between. They want that bit there. They want the movie goers. And then have that bit there that moviegoers who enjoy video games go as well. And also the actual game companies want that as well. Because that means if they enjoy what they see here, the more than likely they go and play their games.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyway, we spoke a lot about Ubisoft. We did say we was going to be speaking a lot about Ubisoft today.
Yeah.
We were in line about it. So I think it's time we talked a little bit about what we've been playing this week. Let's move away from them. And I'm going to, as always, mate, I'm going to let you start. Because I like being the last person to do these. So what have you been playing this week that you want to talk about? Or that you can talk about?
Super Hot VR.
Ah, yes.
It's really good. I'd probably say it's close to being better than Resident Evil 7 in my opinion for VR.
Okay.
It's just such a simple premise, but
well, the thing is, what was what was Super Hot originally on the VR?
The Oculus.
It was originally on Oculus, and it's now
Yeah.
just not long came on Steam, hasn't it?
Yeah, it was last Friday. It came on Steam.
But for people who don't know what Super Hot is, what is Super Hot?
It's quite hard to explain. It's like you move, time moves. So if you stand still, time stands still. But some of the sequences are very action-packed.
Yeah.
Where you've got people coming from all directions. So where you see the weapons you've got, you can get knives, ninja stars. Depends what the game gives you for that action sequence. You need to look around and get an idea of what's going on around you to see which is the best way to attack. But if you're moving your head to look, you're allowing them to move closer or fire the gun because any movement you make allows them to move. You stand still, they stand still. I've sort of thought bullet time's getting a bit old now in games.
Yeah.
But this does give it a new life because you do actually feel like you're Neo. So you see this bullet trail coming at you and you can bend down slowly and the bullet will travel a lot slower so you can get out the way of it. A lot of exercise involved.
Yeah. Well, I would also like to explain that Super Hot is the same Super Hot that came out. I think it's been around about 6 months. And then I said it's a non-VR version that's already available on PlayStation, and it's also available on Xbox, of course, and on Steam. But yeah, like you said, it originally came out on VR for the Oculus Rift on its own store, and now it's available on Steam. Do you think you can see this coming over to PlayStation's VR as well?
I think it'd be a big seller if it did.
Yeah.
But all depends on it. You can't.
Well, that's the thing. I agree. I think it's going to be a big seller because it does show its potential of how the VR should work in these kind of games.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm thinking that a lot of people will be, well, I've never heard of this. And
I think the problem with the PlayStation VR as well is, coming to that, it is a lot of movement, and I think
it might be too much for it.
It may be too much for that tracking to pick up, because you can lose your tracking when you're sat down playing VR sometimes on the PlayStation VR. So imagine if you duck in and sometimes you end up laying down because you need to get up below this bullet that's so low. Thinking you're going to go out of sight of the camera and it's just going to go, the camera can't see your headset like it does every now and then.
So anyway, I've got the actual Steam page here now. So, like I said, it is available for the HTC Vive and the Oculus Rift. It's got tracked motion controllers, which, of course, with the Vive, they're already included in the actual headset anyway. And, of course, you can buy Oculus Touch for the Oculus now. It is a standing game. So I think people...
Yeah, there's no way of playing it sit down.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. We count it as either a standing or a sitting game. So when you're standing, it doesn't mean that you're standing in one spot. It means that you'll be moving around a lot, like Tattastic said about the game. So the original game came out 6th of December 2016. So that was beginning of at the end of last year. So you can actually pick up Super Hot VR now for... This sale ends. It's got 20% off at the moment for £15.19. Its original price is £18.99. But you also can buy the Super Hot Mind is Software bundle, which includes both Super Hot and Super Hot VR for $26.54, because that is currently on offer as well. I think it's the same amount of time as well. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's usually 20% off, but they've now got it as 28% off at the moment. So so that's, like I said, $26.54. So as if you want to buy the game as well as the VR experience, because you might want to play the game without the VR headset, which it is still an awesome game as well. Anyway, what else have you been playing, mate?
Trying to think what else. That's about it, apart from our Dynasty Feud night.
Oh yeah, we had a bit more of Dynasty. So we played Dynasty Feud beforehand, and I think it wasn't that we was forced to play it. The thing is, we had to get we wanted to get a video out for it because we did enjoy it the first time we had it, and I think last time we played it, it was just you, me, and Doc who played the game.
Yeah.
This time we had Shimmy included, and I think if it wasn't for the fact that it was a really warm room, like it is now. I think we would have continued playing a bit longer. But yeah, the first part of that is actually now available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/craveyourgames, which we've called Death by Yon. So I do recommend go and watch that game. It is a ton of fun. And like I said, it's available on Steam now as well, which you can pick up. I think it's around about £10 at the moment, because I think the sale's finished for it.
It was fun until Shimmy mastered that freaking woman with a... Well, man in a dress with a guns.
Oh, fucking hell. No. We're not going to spoil anything, but that thing has its limitations. I'm just going to say that now. But yeah, go enjoy that. We've got at least another 2 parts of that coming out, and we will be doing a lot more of that as well because we did have a ton of fun playing that game. I think, like I said, if it wasn't for the fact that this room is really warm that time, and I'm guessing you're the same at the moment, Tattastic.
Yeah.
So anyway, what have I been playing this week? So, we did Use Your Words, which I think everyone already knows about that. We did that yesterday. Trying to think. We played a bit of Minecraft. We went back into CTG Village this Saturday just gone. And if you can see on Last Week in Crave Your Game, we've actually redone the CTG Plaza. I think Ryan also had a bit of a tour of it yesterday as well. I think it was one of those things that needed to be done. So the good thing about this is we are going to be bringing back some of the Minecraft challenges as well. We are not going to try like last time. We ended up doing it weekly basis. We're not doing that. It's going to be a one-off there and then type of thing. But we are going to be doing, I think we're supposed to be doing some Minecraft again on Saturday. At this rate, it's going to be Minecraft Saturdays if we continue doing this, because we're going to be going to Adventure Time. Yeah, so it was announced this week that Adventure Time Mashup Pack was coming to Minecraft on consoles, and it is available now. So we are going to be having a tour. I've had a look at some of the characters, which actually, this is one thing that bugs me. So, Paul, have you watched any Adventure Time yourself?
Yeah.
So if I told you the episode where Jake loses his powers because he's now got a baby body.
Yeah.
Do you remember the mermaid in this the trashy sea?
No.
No. What if I give you a picture? 1 second. There we go.
It's been a while since I watched it.
I think that's a lot of people's thing. This is the picture. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, we never get told its name, do we? Without the series. Well, it turns out that thanks to Minecraft, I've found out what the name of this mermaid queen is. It's Gary.
Gary.
It's Gary the Mermaid Queen. I'm looking and thinking, what? And it's like I'm thinking, is that actually, is that a guy? Is that Mermaid Queen a guy? And then you go and read it, go away and think, I've got to go and check this. So I went into the wiki and said, no, it's a girl. Gary is not a girl's name. I have never met a girl named Gary.
Nope. I've met many Garys that act like girls, but
I'm not one of them.
no, I'm not one of them.
Just saying that now. But I don't know. It kind of took me back. But like I said, I'm happy that Adventure Time is doing this. I think it's a fun series anyway, and I'm really looking forward to play the mashup, the adventure map this Saturday as well. Because we did it with Fallout, which is actually starting to come out this week. So we love going around the adventure maps and just having some fun with it. And I just want to go and find Finn and Jake's treehouse, or even Ice King's. I like that place. I want to play it. So expect to see that on Saturday. For games that I've been playing itself, so I have been doing a lot of mobile gaming this week. I'm going to be honest. And one of the first games that I've been playing is a new one from Pokemon Company, which is called Magikarp Jump. So, yeah, Pokemon Magikarp Jump. I'll show you a bit of the screen. Here it is. So, the point of... Oh, come on. Come on, you can do it, screen. There we go. So, the point of this game is that you are training a Magikarp. And the point of training the Magikarp is that you've got to get it some JPs. Not Japanese people. But now I think we found out what JP means. It means jump points. Or jump power, sorry. And the point of the game is that you're facing other trainers with Magikarps, whose Magikarp can jump the highest. Yeah. So that is pretty much the premise of the game. You're basically growing a Magikarp, and you're making it trying to jump as high as it possibly can. I for something that seems so simple, I've actually been enjoying it. I think it's mainly because of how it's designed. It is a very beautiful, cartoony game, and I'm going to be honest, who cannot fall in love with a Magikarp, man? It's the most useless Pokemon ever, but I'm happy that it's useless because it makes it more interesting, if anything. Like, how the hell has it survived this long? And I think it's mainly because I think it was in the anime they said that it's because it's only bones and scales. You cannot actually be eaten. So it says even the point of a fish, it is useless. But yeah, I've been playing that. That has been a lot of fun. I've also been playing Skullgirls on mobile.
Ah, cool.
Yes. So I'm not usually a fan of fighting games on mobiles because they either go and follow one of two paths. The one path is that it's got a on-screen controller setup, which I hate those kind of things. The thing, I'm not playing mobile games for the fact that I'm having a controller on my screen.
Yeah.
Or in other terms, it is you've got to press certain ways on your screen, and it goes and does some magical flippy stuff.
Yeah.
But with Skullgirls on mobile, it is more of a just you press. It's simple. You tap and it starts to do things, but it has got some movement to it. So, for example, like if you use two thumbs, which I do, and you swipe down on it, it does its grapple move of it. If you swipe left, it does a certain move. Right, you can also break out of grapples, and of course you have what they call showtime moves as well, which is their big, powerful kick punch moves. So, like for example, say Injustice 2, it's when you do your super move type of thing.
Right. Yeah.
That is basically what the Showtime move is. And you know what? It's a good. I find it a highly enjoyable game. I enjoy the Skullgirls series anyway, because I've played it on PC, I've played it on console as well, and it is a really, really good fighting game for what it is for an indie game. I know there's better fighting games out there, but I think for how it looks as well, which they do keep quite well with in this game. The actual movement of the characters are seamless. It's still got that cartoony vibe which you expect from the Skullgirls series as well, and it does give a bit more story into it as well, which is quite enjoyable. The only thing is, now both of these games that I just mentioned are free. I've played both of these games on iOS, on an iPhone 7 for both of them.
Yeah.
With Magikarp Jump, you can easily play the game for free. You basically just continue going and going and going. But it's a very simple game with that one. But it's one of those where you can come and go. It's when I say casual, that is what I think of casual games.
Yeah.
Skullgirls, on the other hand, there is a lot of microtransaction stuff in that game. you can really see that it's focusing on it. And it's not just that. I felt like that some of the microtransactions in this game are really expensive. So to get new characters, what you do is you open things called relics, which you get relics daily and stuff like that, which they call the take a break relic, which that in every 4 hours you get a special reward from that, and a daily relic, which you check in every 24 hours for a daily reward. But you can also things like the newest one that I've got on here at the moment is the surgical relic. So that is going to be your if you know the Skull Girls cast, it's the Valentine who is the nurse in the game, and so you can get one which will give you one of her characters for 150 shards. Now, going to check how much a shard is. And like I said, this is on iOS, so it could be different with Android. You can get 250 shards for $4.99. So you can get one character for about £5, which is annoying.
Might as well just buy it on the consoles or PC.
Like I said, it's not. Yeah, consoles is a lot better. But if you want to play just a free game, you don't have to buy things for these games, and you still will enjoy these games. I haven't bought anything for both of these games, and I have enjoyed them. And I do recommend, if you get a chance, like I said, they are free. Have a download, have a play of them. You'll probably enjoy them just as much as me. I've enjoyed mainly out of the two of them, probably Magic Art Jump. I'm being honest here. I just love that. And another game that I have been playing this week, we actually talked a lot about rhythm games over the last 2 weeks, didn't we?
Yeah.
With talking about Parappa the Rapper and Jamalama and the new project Rap Rabbit. It got me interested back into those kind of games, but one game in particular, and that is Elite Beat Agents. So I ended up actually searching for it, and I've now got myself a copy of Elite Beat Agents again, and I love that game still. I think it's mainly the music that's in it. It just took me back to when I originally had a DS, which, God knows, 2006 I think was when the DS came out. So you're looking over 10 years now with that. So for example, some of the songs on there, you've got Avril Lavigne's Skater Boy, you've got YMCA in there, the anthem. Who did the anthem? I think Blink 182, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got songs like that in there, and
oh no, it wasn't. It was. Oh.
Who did the anthem? Was it Alien Anthem?
No. Oh my God! What was it called?
1 minute, I'll have a look. So the anthem. The anthem.
Good Charlotte.
I think it was actually, yeah. No, that's not the anthem. Yeah, Good Charlotte lyrics. Yeah, it's Good Charlotte. So that was on there. Oh God, I completely forgot about Good Charlotte as well. Yeah, that is basically our era of music when we was growing up. Actually, you know what actually hurt me more? There've been, because if people don't know, here in the UK we are doing elections. It's next week or something like that. One thing that has been really coming up is the talks about how you count yourself or what era you are. So like Generation X, Millennial, Z, and they've actually given an actual set days of what your time is classed as. And so if you are, let's have a look at generation. Generation era Wikipedia. So this is the list of generations. So we'll ignore the usual one. So we got like the Western. We got the Lost, GI generation, Silent generation, Baby Boomer generation. Let's start with Generation X because that's probably most of us. So Generation X is usually ranging from the early to mid 1960s and ending birth years ranging from the late 1970s to early 80s. So that is what Generation X is. So say 65 to 85. Generation Y, also known as Millennials. And I like to feel this hurts a little bit because we have complained about Millennials in the past. Turns out we are Millennials.
I was 85, so I'm alright.
No. You would have counted as Millennial, mate. Don't back out of it. Do not back out of it. So yeah, it says here that demographers and researchers typically use the early to mid 1980s as starting birth years and the mid 90s to early 2000s as ending birth years. So as of April 2016, the millennial generation surpassed the boomer generation in size in the USA, with 76 million boomers and 77 million millennials. Yeah, and the current one that we have got a reason to hate, Generation Z. So that is anyone now, basically, from early noughties to now. And so they're the people that have got brought us Justin Bieber, fidget spinners, and what are not hoverboards, hoverboards. They're not hoverboards. They don't hover. Do not call them hoverboards if they don't bloody hover. I expect we can have a hovercraft. Do you know why it's called a hovercraft? Because it hovers above the water.
Yeah.
It's in the name. Absolute douchebags. But yeah, so yeah, it turns out we're millennials, mate. Yep, we suck. We're the generation that brought us Big Brother, Aqua, and
they're booming video games, though.
Oh yeah, we brought brilliant video games. We're the video game era, mate. We did well.
Exactly.
And do you know how well we did with the video game era? We've now bringing out the games that we enjoyed, and we're remastering them, and we're bringing out, and you're gonna fucking enjoy them too, because we know you will, because we did. But you will complain because they're too difficult. Because
you'll complain because it's not Call of Duty.
Jimmy, you're not a millennial? Oh yeah, you don't really count as a millennial. Yeah, Grandad, we're millennials. Oh, I'm getting tangled with some wires.
Go and claim your pension, Jimmy.
Oh, what are you, mate? Baby boomer.
Don't complain about our hippity hop music.
Yeah. With your YouTubes. Sorry, mate. Oh. Your YouTubes and your texting. All we did with our phones was make phone calls. What's a phone call?
Yeah, but you know fine well in the future we're going to be like...
I remember, damn kids, I remember the war. Which one? We remember the war. Still going on.
The only scary thing is, it's like, now, all these hip kids with the Snapchat and stuff, I don't understand any of that shit.
I'm actually on Snapchat, mate. I don't. I think the best way, because I watched The Last Leg, which, if you're not from the UK, it's a show that we have on Channel 4 on Fridays, I think it is.
Yeah.
And they basically explained the generations, and I think one best way that they explained it was Generation X, a troll is something that lives under a bridge. Generation Y is something that has big hair, and Generation Z is someone that you meet in a chat room.
Yeah. I suppose that's a good way to explain it, actually, yeah.
But we're looking at it thinking, no, we know what a troll is here. Hi.
I know what a troll is, yeah. It's a doll with a big spiky hair.
Yeah.
Just press its belly every one where the belly's lit up with the stars if you press them.
Didn't they not long make a movie of that as well?
Yeah, and you used to get pencil toppers where you used to shove the pencil up their arse. I never understood those.
That is just disgusting. I feel sorry for the trolls now. Oh, no, actually, I don't. Those things are creepy as fuck. Nothing needs that big eyes. Oh my god, I am actually just suddenly made myself terrified of them. I'm thinking of them. Oh, stupid trolls. Go live under the bridge again, man. Well, yeah, I've been playing that. I've been playing Elite Beat Agents. I don't know where I got that from. Also, I've been looking a little bit into the Games Pass as well. I think they've added a couple more games into that as well. I'd like to point out that it will be available to the public starting tomorrow, so keep an eye out for that. And I've been playing Blood Bowl 2 in it as well. Actually, it's a really entertaining game. I wasn't expecting myself. I'm not huge when it comes to tactical games. I mean, the closest I think it will go to is, even though I know it's a really big tactical game, Civilizations 5 and 6.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things I would have to jump in with friends type of thing. But Blood Bowl, I'm not a fan of American football. I'm not a fan of the Warhammer series myself, and I'm not a fan of that much about tactical games. But I really did enjoy this one myself. And especially when, that's the thing that really knocked me out. I thought I would understand if it was based towards the World of Warcraft side of things, which I first thought. But no, it's based on Warhammer 40k series, which if people don't know, that is Games Workshop, which is a UK company. So that kind of took me back a bit, thinking, so they made an American football game. A UK company main product has made an American-based a game based on American football. Okay, you sold me. There you go. But yeah,
I mentioned this yesterday on the stream.
Yeah.
I've got a Room Resident Evil 6 logo for everyone.
Go ahead, do it, mate. I know you want.
This has actually got a drawing of a.
No, I see what you mean, mate. Oh God, I can actually see it, and I can't stop seeing it. That's why Resident Evil 6 failed.
When we give I don't know how the giraffes got genes.
That's the secret. That's how the virus got spreaded.
It started in giraffes. Go and break the necks.
And it turned.
Oh, don't go! Don't kill the giraffes.
Don't kill giraffes. Please do not kill giraffes. They are innocent creatures which will try and kill you with their long necks, like snakes. I'm not thinking of it wrapping around you and picking you up.
I was just about to say, the giraffe have long necks, but the snake's neck to his whole body.
I would like to see that, actually. You're basically in the jungle, in the savannah, and you're just walking by, and then someone disappears. And turn around. Oh, where's Jimmy gone? The giraffes have got him. He is one of them now. No!
I think this has been one of the worst gaming podcasts ever. We've talked about different generations.
We talked about different generations. We talked about giraffes kidnapping people with their long necks. You know what? We've had weirder podcasts. I'm just saying that now. But this has been...
Yeah, definitely.
I can't really say this has been fun. Anyway, any other games I've been playing? Not really. I think that's why I've mainly been playing. I've been mainly focusing on mobile and handheld because I've been doing a lot of other bits and pieces, getting things ready for other things as well. Especially I think this is the right time to talk about handheld games anyway, because it is a good idea when going out. So, Tattastic, do you recommend? I'm just going to bring it out here now. Do you recommend any handheld game that people should go if they're going away with, that they should take with them? May it be mobile, may it be handheld console yourself?
I'd say it's the only game I've really played on my Switch since. It's not Zelda.
Actually, yeah, that really.
It's not Zelda. Yeah, Fast RMX.
The
one that's very much like
F-Zero. Yeah,
it's like an F-Zero thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing I do recommend if you can get yourself one. Get yourself a Switch. There is actually quite a few good games that you can get on there now. You've got Zelda, of course, which a lot of people are still raving about. You've got, like you said, Fast RMX. And, of course, you've also, if you're looking for an even better, I'm going to say this now, an even better racing game, you have got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on there as well.
Yeah.
Which I do highly recommend anyway. And also, both Use Your Words is, I don't know if it is coming or it's now available on Switch, and also another party game series, Jackbox Party Pack 3 is now available on Switch as well. So I do recommend those two games, especially if you're going out for a few drinks with some friends A great little party game for you guys to enjoy.
And Minecraft's on there.
Oh, and Minecraft's now available on there as well, which is definitely, I think, it's probably the best way you're going to take it out on handheld at this moment is through that. Like with me, I do recommend Magic Kart Jump itself. I know this game is now coming up to about a year old, and not many people are playing it as much as they were when they first came out, but I do recommend Pokemon Go of anyone who hasn't played it now. They are trying their best to bring about more events. I've heard the rumours that there's a legendary event coming soon with that as well. So I do recommend have a go of that as well, especially if you go on holiday. You find one thing, when I went on holiday in October, my favourite thing was catching a Pokemon where I was and bringing it back with me. I still have one of those Pokemon. It's probably one of my weakest ones, but I've kept it. And it's nice to have that with you. But yeah, that's some games that we do recommend you guys playing. Yeah, enjoy. That's our idea. We'll give you a better list in the next couple of weeks where we'll actually look into a bit more of handheld games on mobile and devices as well. So keep tuned for that when it comes closer. It'll probably be later in June when we'll be talking about that. But yeah, I think that's all I've really been playing, mate. Oh, I've played Foul Play as well, which I talked about last week. I have actually now sat down and played it properly. Really fun game, which I don't think is available on Games Pass, but it is available backwards compatible on your Xbox as well. So yeah, that's the last thing I really wanted to say about that. So let's do a quick news updates, mate. So first of all, Twitch has announced its E3 2017 live stream schedule. So so Twitch will be streaming the big E3 2017 event this year, and today it shared the schedule. So the service will kick things off with EA Play on Saturday, June the 10th. On Sunday, the Xbox preview and E3 briefing will air, followed by Xbox reactions. Exclusive reveals from Deep Silver, Electronic Arts, 505 Games, Nicalis, and more will take up most of that day as well. Then we've got Bethesda's E3 showcase will be closing things out on June the 10th, June the 11th. Then when it comes to Monday, you can expect Ubisoft and Sony presentations, as well as the Intel Presser and the PC Gamers PC Gaming Show, which I'm still surprised they're doing that for a third year. Then, of course, Tuesday is Nintendo Spotlight, E3 2017 video presentation, and the rest of the week, Twitch will host stage presentations from various developers. Twitch will also host Jeff Keighley's E3 Coliseum, which promises 2 days of conversations, panels, talks, and other surprises. That's what I'm actually looking forward to as well. I want to see how that goes with that. All content and times are listed below on VG247.com. Of course, you can always bookmark this because it will update, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, So a lot of them will be, there's a lot of things that they're going to be talking to other people. Like I said, Deep Silver is definitely one that would be really interesting, because they've actually not long come out and said that Dead Island 2 is not dead.
Yeah.
Which is ironic. So that is still in the works.
But didn't they sell it off?
Sorry?
Didn't Deep Silver sell it off?
What? No. They still...
Oh, no, Deep Silver picked it up.
Deep Silver owns it. They still owned it. What they did, they got rid of the original people who were They basically passed it on to someone else to make the game. I think it was Jaeger Studios or something like that.
Yeah.
And they said, "No, guys, no, you're out. Don't bother." And they got rid of Jaeger Studios from making Dead Island 2. But yeah, they've actually come out and said, "No, this thing's not dead. It's in limbo." In other words. So look, I'm happy that it's still not dead. The original 2 games were all right. I think we ended up playing them with the Games Den not long back, which I think Kev was originally a part of the Games Den as well. Yeah, so we played with those. We did a little bit. I think it was me and Matt and them guys. And
Yeah.
When it came out as the definitive edition, and I can't. I would like to see what they did, especially where they had promised it was going to be California and stuff like that. I just want to see what's happening with that game, and hopefully we'll
Yeah.
get some more information at E3, especially if they're part of the E3 Coliseum. So we'll see what happens with that. Um, if you're looking for the news as well, mate.
Yeah, Sonic Mania's been given a date.
Okay, what date?
It just says August. There's a new trailer come out, and at the end it says August 2017.
I love it. It's been given a date, August, not
August.
when.
Yeah.
So it's been given a month. Look, that's better than nothing, I guess. It's got a month.
I'll go into the full story. I only read the thingy.
Yeah.
Synopsis thing.
While you're doing that, I'm going to talk about PlayStation Plus games offering. So we already knew about Life is Strange and Killing Floor 2, which are the PlayStation 4's titles. But PlayStation 4 will be getting 4 titles this month, thanks to the cross-buy stuff. So the other titles that we didn't know of, Abyss Odyssey is on the PlayStation 3, and WRC5 World Rally Championship on the PS3. Then we've got Neon Chrome, which is the PS Vita's, but it is also cross-buy on the PS4. Sorry. And Spy Chameleon, which is also same again on the PS Vita, but it is cross-buy on the PlayStation 4. So those games will be available from June the 6th, which is Tuesday. Like always, it's usually the first Tuesday of each month that you get your new PlayStation Plus game. So if you're on PlayStation Plus, you've not downloaded or at least purchased the games that are available now, you have until June the 6th to do so.
Yeah, it's got Sonic down for 15th of August.
Well, that's nice. Look, I think that's a good time to do it because that is when not many games come out anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's a good point about indie games. They can do that over the summer, and they will still get recognised for it.
Yeah.
Which I'm trying to say this now. Xbox, when you're doing your presentation, please say Cuphead is coming next week. I'll be happy. Stop.
Never coming there.
Oh, no, I want it coming out.
It's been at the last 3 E3s, hasn't it?
Yes.
In their indie reel.
And EGX. I've played it. I've played the game. It works. I played the game 2-3 years ago and it worked. Where the hell is it? Don't make me beg, please, Microsoft. Please do not make me beg, because I will for that game. So yeah. Pokeland, a new mobile offering in the works. It's being tested in Japan at the moment. So if people haven't guessed, it's a Nintendo game. It is based on Pokemon, but I think it's more based on, if people have played the 3DS game Pokemon Rumble, that is what it is based on. It is basically Pokemon Rumble on your iOS. So not much has really been given out about it. All we know is that it's currently being tested in Japan on Android in an alpha test demo, of course. The test will be completed on June the 9th. And we don't know if that means from June the 9th it's going to be coming out. So, yeah. But the demo features 52 stages and 134 different types of Pokemon across 6 islands. That's during testing. And also you'll be able to, because you've got Nintendo, you can also import your Miis over into that game as well. So, yeah. But I think it's just building up more because rumours of all the Pokemon mobile game is supposed to be coming as well, which is a Pokemon card game. I know that Pokemon trading card games are already available on iPad, but they are on about another game for it. And also, they're looking into creating a Zelda mobile title as well. So we might hear something about that during its Nintendo Direct during E3. I won't be surprised. Shimmy, is that a squid? Okay, Shimmy. So yeah, Pokemon. I've got a hot story here. Have you heard of Kerbal Space Program?
Yeah.
Well, it has now been bought by GTA 5 publisher Take-Two. Yeah, so Kerbal Space Program developer Squad has announced GTA 5 publisher Take-Two has acquired the IP. So they haven't acquired the studio, they've acquired the game itself. So the studio announced the news on its blog and assured players of Kerbal Space Program that despite the purchase, it's business as usual at Squad. We are very excited. We have very exciting news to share with the KSP community today. Take-Two Interactive has purchased Kerbal Space Program. The important thing to note is that the big news doesn't change much for the KSP community. Squad and the current development team is still here, and we're hard at work on the game and its future updates. But now we are fortunate enough to do so with the help of an experienced publisher like Take-Two. And we couldn't be more excited and happy to see where our conjoint collaboration would take the game forward.
Yeah.
There's got to be more. The team at Take-Two are big fans of the game. I'm just saying that now. Who have been persistently knocking on our door, trying to work with us for a long time. They share our passion for the game, and we're really eager to see what Squad and Take-Two can do together for Kerbal Space Program moving forward. So, if people don't know what it is, it's already available on PC. It's available on consoles as well, since last year. And basically, it is a really difficult game. The point of it is that you've got to try. It's basically rocket science. It is rocket science.
Yeah.
Because you are building a rocket and trying to send it into space. So, it's nice to see. I want to know what they'll do. The thing is, good thing about Take-Two, especially what we're seeing with the Rockstar side of things, what they've done with GTA 5 and GTA Online. They do keep working with it, and that's what I'm happy with Take-Two. I can't wait to see what they do with this. By the sounds of things, it is just the IP that they've acquired, and not Squad itself, which is okay. It'll be interesting. They will probably buy Squad out by the end of it. So yeah, you got another story, mate? Or
I was just reading there. It says about Square Enix.
Go ahead.
It's saying the sale of obviously shutting down IO Interactive.
Oh God.
Doesn't mean that it's the end of Hitman, but by the sounds of what the story's saying is they will sell the rights to Hitman to a different developer.
So who owns Hitman?
That's what's lost me.
I thought IO Interactive owns Hitman.
The sale of Hitman developed by IO Interactive doesn't necessarily mean the end of the game's franchise.
Yeah, it does.
Masuda told investors that Square Enix is negotiating with prospective external investors capable of ensuring that these titles will continue.
So, what is Square Enix doing?
It sounds like, I don't know whether they're trying to sell off IO Interactive and they're letting Hitman go with it. I don't know.
This is the thing that has really confused me with Square Enix, and they've been doing this many times now. They're scaring me a little bit. They're starting to look a little bit Konami-ish at the moment, which is really frightening me. Do not go down that route, because you know what that backlash happened in 2015, and it kind of trickled into last year as well, to a point that I think they don't exist. They probably do. I don't know. Konami's somewhere. We're more focused on Kojima now. Anyway, Square Enix is really confusing me, especially a couple of years, because the first thing that we was told about IO Interactive, and the reason why they're not doing business with them anymore, is that they didn't profit as much as they wanted to, or something like that.
Yeah.
Which, look, I'm not a really businessy mindset here, but a profit's a profit.
Yeah.
Last time I checked. And when they came out and said, we didn't really do that well, I'm looking and thinking, no, you had some really good titles.
Yeah.
You had, Hitman, of course, which became a huge success, in my opinion. I've seen a ton of people playing that game. And Final Fantasy 15. A lot of people have been saying it's the best Final Fantasy game in a long time. And it has brought more people into the series and brought people back into the series thanks to that game. And a lot of people are looking forward to the DLC that's coming out with it. So they must have been making some kind of profit from those too. I know, it's only 2 titles, but still, that's quite a lot of titles compared to what you see other studios bringing out. The The thing is, look, Square Enix, you're not Ubisoft, you're not EA. The thing is, yes, you've got a huge title behind you with Final Fantasy and even Dragon Quest as another example, and you've got one of the biggest MMOs outside of World of Warcraft. You've got Final Fantasy 14, Realm Reborn. I think that is just as popular as World of Warcraft is now.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, you're not EA, you're not Ubisoft. Their way of business is that they work with a bunch of developers. Square, you make games still. You don't see Ubisoft and EA doing that. You just see them slap their logo on it and Ubisoft's new logo onto it. Not saying it's a bad thing, because if it wasn't for them, they're good for marketing reasons.
Yeah.
Square, you're still making brilliant games. So stop moaning. If you are doing the publishing thing, publish the games and continue making good games. We got pissed off with you complaining about Tomb Raider last time, and now you're complaining about Hitman. Two great classic series of games that you've rebooted and you've made them brilliant again. So stop moaning. And stop whatever you're doing with IO Interactive. Just come out and tell us what the hell you're doing. Because by the sounds of things, last time I heard, they're the ones that own Hitman, not you guys. And if you're trying to destroy this business, and then this is how it feels like. You're basically blowing up the planet known as IO Interactive and then taking out its minerals known as Hitman.
Yeah.
That's how it feels like, in my opinion. That's how I see it. So we'll just see what happens with this. Square, be careful. We do not want you to turn into Konami. Because no one wants to be Konami.
No.
So, we'll see what happens with that. Humble Bundle. We talk about this usually once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
The newest one that's come out is the Adult Swim Games Bundle.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know why this keeps popping up. Frog Faction 2 is in the latest Humble Bundle. So, here we go. Adult Swim's Games Bundle. So, pay what you want. This is what games you get. And these are all on PC. Just saying that now. So, with what you pay for, you want, you get small radios, big televisions, which I did as my first one-shot. I do say it's an alright game. Go play that. Wasted. I've not played that one. Restorado, double-barreled. And Volgar the Vikings. Which is available, like I said, on Steam. The Volgar one is DRM free. If you pay more than the average, which is £5.74 at the time of this podcast, you get Duck Game with its special content update, which I do recommend. Rise and Shine is another one I do recommend as well. And Headlander, which is also a good game. I'll get with that one. And if you pay around about £9.32, you also get Glittermitten Grove, Rain World, which is a survival game that really threw people off, and Frog Factions 2, which, but also if you pay, oh, okay, we're still going here, we're still continuing, I like to point out. If you pay $25 or around about £20, you get a Duck Game White Duck plush. You get a physical plushie. Yep. And if you submit your email at the moment, you get a free Rick and Morty, Mr. Poopy Butthole and Plumbus official 3D print models. Yeah. So, yeah, so they're basically the 3D printer files to print these out for you. So you get a Mr. Poopy Butthole and a Plumbus.
A Plumbus. I was playing with Plumbus.
we don't talk about this on the podcast, mate. This is
in the game, on the VR.
Yeah, on the VR, fair enough.
You can play with a Plumbus.
So, yeah, so that is available now. It is got around about just under 13 days left for you guys to buy this. And the charities that they're mainly focusing on here this time is Centre for Puppetry Arts, Guilds Who Code, and Human Rights Campaign. But always you can choose your own charity as well. And they also do include bonuses. You get, if you pay around about $12, you do get the soundtrack for Rainworld, Headhunter, Small Radio, Big Television, and Volgar. And always a 10% off Humble Monthly for new subscribers as well. So, yeah.
I've never bothered with that. Like, I've never had a reason to buy Humble Bundle.
But if you pay around just under £20, mate, you can get a Duck Game White Duck plush. The thing is, that's where I got the Party Hard 2 demo from as well, which was...
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to when that game comes out. So much. I enjoyed the first Party Hard. I'm looking forward to when the next one comes out. So, yeah, that is available now. We already talked about Sonic. Having a quick check if I missed anything. We've already talked about Minecraft Adventure Time. There was an update on PS4.
Yeah.
It's mainly
doesn't do much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Discussions about Bayonetta 3 are happening at Platinum Games, it seems.
Ooh.
I do want to see a Bayonetta 3.
Just don't do it on Switch only.
No, do it Switch only. Please bring it. I understood why you did Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U only, because you got published by Nintendo for that. But come on, we want to see some love. Do a PC. Ask Devolver. They'll do it. Wait, you don't have to. You're bloody Platinum Games.
Yeah. Just don't give it to Xbox. Just stick your fingers up at them.
Yeah, screw Xbox. Fuck you. We know what you did to... Why did I put my little finger up as well? Yeah, it's what they did to Skullbound. Just bring it to PlayStation and PC. And if you know what, bring it to Switch as well. They'll enjoy it. But don't make it console exclusive. That is annoying. We're going to see if there's anything else. It has been really a bit of a quiet week, mate.
Yep.
I think the main story was Far Cry 5.
Okay.
So, I guess I am going to talk about the charts. Oh, one more thing. Monster Hunter X Switch version supports online crossplay with 3DS. Saves transfers between the two consoles and more. So yeah, if people don't know, Monster Hunter XX is going to become cross or whatever you're going to call it, is coming to Switch soon as well. And the rumours are that the next Monster Hunter is actually going to be coming to the PlayStation 4.
Ooh, the first one was PlayStation 4, wasn't it?
It was on PlayStation Vita. I think it was on PSP actually.
It was on 4 as well. I remember getting a demo for Monster Hunter with Devil May Cry 3.
I doubt it was on PlayStation 4 because Monster Hunter...
Sorry, PlayStation 2, sorry.
Yeah, I would say it's quite an old... Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, PlayStation 2, yeah, sorry. I didn't mean 4. Because I got the demo with my edition of Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah.
For Monster Hunter.
Oh, also they're showing off a bit of ARMS gameplay as well, which does look like a really good new IP that's going to be coming out from Nintendo. Oh, they are really rolling with the good IPs lately, aren't they? They did... what's it called? Splatoon?
Thing is,
console?
I can imagine from what I've watched of ARMS, it getting very boring quickly, though.
Yeah, same here.
It'll be fun for the first few weeks, and then you'll be like, oh.
What game are you looking forward to the most for the Switch, mate, yourself?
I was talking about this the other day with someone against Button. There's absolutely nothing I can think of that I'm looking forward to at the moment.
Not even the new Mario game?
Well, yeah, until Mario, yeah. There's nothing close to release.
I'm going to be honest, I'm looking at it. This is the reason why I'm holding off with the Switch at the moment. There is a couple of games that I do want to play, which are already out. But I want to wait. Actually, there is rumours of a game that was available on the Wii U. Sorry, a game on the Wii U that's supposed to be coming out onto moving over to Switch as well, but not Smash Bros. I don't know which one it was off the top of my head, but I think if I look at M4G, it might actually tell me there. It usually gets with rumours on.
I was looking after the beta. I was looking forward to Splatoon 2, but then the more I've thought of it since then, I'm like, again, I think it's one I'll get sick of playing very quickly.
Mm.
I think it'd be fun if you had people to play it with, but like just to jump in with randoms, it will probably get boring very quickly.
Yeah, I can't find what that game was, by the way. Oh no, it is Smash Bros. Switch rumors are starting to heat up with supposed screenshot leaked for it as well. So, come on, that game is going to be coming over, isn't it? It's more of a when, not an if. Make a deluxe. Call it Smash Bros. Deluxe, and follow with that. Make that the new remaster, or new game of the year. Also, yeah, something else we didn't talk about. PlayStation 3 is now officially done.
It's not in production anymore.
It's not in production anymore. Production in Japan has now stopped. Where is it? Yeah, so PlayStation 3 production has now ended in Japan. It had an alright run, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Near the end of it.
It's done better than just the Wii U. As soon as they announced the Switch, you're ready to stop making that.
Well, God, yeah, they stopped making it before the Switch even came out.
I think PlayStation 3 is Xbox time and it 360 time, so
well, that's usually how it works with PlayStation. With their consoles, they give it at least 3 or 4 months with games still coming out for it. But yeah, PlayStation 3 is now stopped production in Japan, starting from this week. It did all right. Like I said, I think it did better closer to the end of it.
Yeah.
A lot of people kept on buying it, and I think it was a learning point for Sony.
Yeah,
not
definitely.
just the pricing that they did with it, and they did learn with the PlayStation 4, but also with the security as well.
Yeah.
And I think it made a lot of people look at it as well, thinking, well, I understand now why Xbox's security is better than PlayStation's.
Yeah.
And that's why you are paying for the Xbox, and I think that's what Sony saw as well. And I think that's why I think a lot of people are acceptable of paying for things now to play online and stuff like that, because it does make it a bit more secure with those kind of things. And you can always see it when it comes to PC. The thing is, you have always got that bit of a risk of it not being as secure, but then again, it's PC. It's normal. With consoles, it's different. If something goes wrong with a console, you're in major trouble. PC, you could probably fix it. So thank you, PlayStation 3. You have taught us many things, and you have definitely learnt by making probably the newest best-selling console of, well, not just this generation, but for many generations.
Yeah.
So right, let's do the UK game charts then, mate. Where are we? There we go. Yes, I know there wasn't any thingy this week update, mainly because it was a bank holiday. So I didn't know when the charts were actually coming out. So Injustice 2 takes the #1 spot for 2 weeks running in the all formats charts, making it the 6th new title of 2017 to retain the #1 spot. Capcom's new release, Ultra Street Fighter 2 for Nintendo Switch, makes it in at #10, while another new game for Nintendo Switch, Disgaea 5 Complete, just about makes it into the top 40 at number 36. Activision Blizzard's Overwatch climbs 16 places to #2, while Dishonored 2 re-enters the charts at number 8. GTA 5 holds steady to take another week in the top 5 at number 3. While FIFA 17 climbs back to number 4. Sony's Farpoint drops 17 places to number 19. I'm not surprised there, to be honest.
It's going to have the boom in the first week now, isn't it?
Yeah. And the final new entry for the all formats chart goes to Grey Box with Rhyme at number 27. So, if people don't know, that means down one place to number 5 is Prey. Up 3 places to number 4 is FIFA 17. Still at number 3 is Grand Theft Auto 5. Up 16 places to number 2 is Overwatch, but that's mainly because of the Game of the Year edition, isn't it?
Yeah, production and sales and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. And still at number 1 is Injustice 2. So, that went well. Let's have a look at the new releases of the week. while I'm doing that, I'm going to ask you, mate, what is your plans streaming-wise, game nights-wise, the usual bits and pieces? Go, do say words, please, while I'm searching.
Go do see words. I do want to stream some Farpoint. I know I said I was going to do it the week it came out, but then I got the Vive, so I've been sort of testing waters on that.
Yeah. How's that going anyway? Your Vive experience?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Like I said, like we were talking about the other night, I've got a lot of horror games, but I haven't played any of them yet.
A ton of horror games, yeah.
I'm tempted, even though I'd only just recently got on PlayStation 4 in the last sale. Is getting Emily Wants to Play, because that's got VR on the PC.
Yeah.
And that little girl freaks me out.
God, yeah. And the whole game freaks me out.
So I reckon it'd be crazy in VR.
So you will hopefully see some Farpoint in the future. Where you can find Tattastic at twitch.tv/Tattastic Gamer. We didn't actually talk about this. Mixer.
Oh yeah, we didn't. Yeah, Mixer. Yeah.
Mixer. Before we do we've got to talk a little bit about this.
Yeah.
So it happened last week, out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere. Yeah.
And I think what it was, we loaded up our Xboxes, and the first screen that popped up was for Mixer.
Yeah.
Thinking, what the fuck is going on here? Turns out Beam is now Mixer.
See, when that first popped up, I got quite excited because I thought
I thought it was going to be.
I thought it was going to be a bit like Restream. No, like it's a broadcast mixer. You can mix, like, broadcast across a lot of things on there at once. And the opened it, I was like, oh, it's Beam.
I'm not complaining about it. The thing is, I don't
I
mind.
I've enjoyed Beam now. I've been using it. It's still
same here.
It's building up.
There is certain things that I want to play with. We can't call it Beam anymore. For certain things that I'm enjoying with Mixer, that I do want to test, and that is the co-op streaming.
Yeah.
So if people don't know what it is that so for example here, what we're on now, we're on mixer.com/crave your game. So for example, if Tattastic was also streaming this at the same time, he's not. I'm just going to say that now. We could have the opportunity to say that I could have both this stream here and Tattastic stream on the same screen that you're watching.
Yeah, we were saying it'd be good for like Minecraft, wouldn't it? Because there's so many different things people like. When we were playing it with me, you, Kev, Ryan. Was it Ryan?
When
and Matt.
It was Jen.
When we were doing
the from scratch.
Oh yeah, it was General Beat, wasn't it? Yeah, sorry, yeah. Like, imagine we were all doing different things. Matt was collecting food.
Yeah.
I was just building the house because I'm a noob.
I was bringing withers into the overworld.
Yeah. You and Kev were going off, so it'd be good to see just all four of us were streaming, having what all four of us are doing.
Well, hopefully not Thursday, but maybe Saturday we'll test it out anyway, because I do want to test out this co-streaming thing. So keep an eye out for that. So that's the main thing. But one thing that actually took me by surprise as well. If you get a chance, Tattastic, you might do this. If you go onto mixer.com, I've sent you an invite to join the team. So you could join the Crave. I think I've labelled it Crave the Game Team. I may have labelled it Crave Your Game Team. I'll have to look into that. But yeah, so I think it's a way that people can actually go to these teams and see a certain group of people and see what they're streaming on there. I think that is another influence that they've done on it. And Jimmy, if you're still there, I want to invite you as well. I need to find you on Mixer first, if you are available on Mixer. So yeah, we'll see into that. There's a few things I want to test with that. But yeah, and also don't know if you have, but I have. I've been given Pro for a year.
No, I've noticed.
No. Well, I got an email from Mixer earlier last week, sorry. And I think a lot of people have been given this. I think you've got to reach a certain level on what was being. Yeah. And it gave you Mixer Pro for a year. For free. Yeah. And I thought, okay. Still not 100% sure what it does. And no offense.
It's your pink name.
It gives me a pink. I think you can actually change the color of the name. You know, like with Twitch Prime, I can change the color of my name on Twitch.
Yeah, so yeah.
I think that's basically what this is as well. So I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to see how that thing goes. So yeah, beam.pro is now mixer.com. So if people wonder what that is why.
It means I've realised today when I put my video blog up after I'd recorded it and checked up, I was like,
beam.pro.
It still says beam.pro at the bottom.
So anyway, like I was saying, you can catch Tattastic on twitch.tv/TattasticGamer, mixer.com/TattasticGamer, youtube.com/TattasticGamer, and you don't stream on Facebook, do you? Sorry.
No.
But you can also follow him on Twitter at TattasticGamer and go to his channel or his website, tattasticgamer.com, which he's just redesigned as well. It looks
and a nice facelift.
Nice facelift. It looks so much smoother. I like the look of it myself.
Yeah.
That's a good point. I need to send you I need to send you one for Minecraft. And did I send you the Dynasty Feud?
Yeah, you did, yeah.
I did. That's all right. Yeah. So you're in many videos this week. Yeah. Oh no, you won't be part of the first Minecraft one because you came in later, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think so. You did. Yeah, you did.
I came in late. I came in. I didn't start from the beginning. I got on later, didn't I?
Anyway, for me, tomorrow we are going to be streaming earlier than usual. We are going to be starting the stream around about 7:30 p.m. We are doing our WWE predictions with me and Hanksy. We're going to be doing Extreme Rules, and our main event is going to be Heavenly versus Shimmy for the CTG Championship in an Extreme Rules match. Who will be walking out as champion there? We have got plans for Money in the Bank, but we're going to keep that until the actual stream itself, of course. And on Saturday, like we mentioned, we are planning to do a Minecraft mashup with Adventure Time, because we do want to have a go of that, so keep an eye out for that. And that's my plans for streaming for the rest of this week. And on Tuesday, of course, so with me, I stream every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays on twitch.tv/GDW2007, mixer.com/CraveYourGame, youtube.com/CraveYourGames, and on Facebook. We usually do it on facebook.com/CraveYourGame, but it's if I've got time to set it up. That's my part where I've got to set up quite a lot of. And also, you can follow me at GDW2007 on Twitter and Crave Your Game at Crave Your Game on Twitter. And did I miss something? craveyourgame.wordpress.com, where you can find the audio version of the podcast and usually the update, but we haven't got one this week. But you can also get tuned in for any streams and videos on there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you're 18 and over, join us at cravethegame.proboards.com. And if you're on Xbox and PlayStation, go and look for Crave the Game in clubs. You can join us there as well. UK game releases.
Yeah.
So we're going to start with Tuesday, May the 30th, which was yesterday. Star Trek Bridge Crew is now available on PlayStation VR, Oculus Rift, and HTC Vive. I've seen a lot of that. That looks actually quite fun.
I'm not a fan of Star Trek.
I'm not a fan of Star Trek, but I just want to be. I want to be lead.
But on that, it's been announced today that if you buy a HTC Vive off Amazon, they give you that game for free.
Okay, so that's a good game with it. That's nice. The Walking Dead: A New Frontier Episode 5 from the Gallows is available on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. They really did fly through that series. Telltale's really starting to get really fast with their series all of a sudden. They're currently doing Guardians of the Galaxy now, aren't they, as well?
Yeah.
So, Rising Storm 2 Vietnam is available on PC, Crossout on the PS4, Danger Zone on the PS4. Enigmatis 2, The Mist of Ravenhood on the PS4. Locke's Quest on the PS4, which is a retail version. Oh Sir, The Insult Simulator is now available on the PS4. It's going to be coming to Xbox soon as well. We're just not been given a date for that.
Yeah.
Paddle vs. Paddle on the PS4. Polarity Ultimate Edition on the PS4. Shu, which is spelled SHU on the Vita. Y's Origin, I might have said that wrong, or Ye's Origin on the Vita. Astro Duel Deluxe on the Switch, and Lock's Quest on the Xbox One, which is not a retail version. Games that came out today: Damascus Gear Tokyo Battle HD Edition on the PS4, Fear The Awakening on the PS4 and Xbox One, and Tokyo 42 on the PC and Xbox One. That does look interesting too. I think that's one where you basically got like a god view of the game, and you've got to help stop these things from happening on there, and it's a very pixelated game as well. Anyway, Thursday, June the 1st, we have ACA Neo Geo game Metal Slug 2 on the PS4 and Bricks on the PS4. And then on Friday, June the 2nd, we have Energy Balance on the PS4, another Neo Geo game, The Last Blade on the PS4. The Culling comes out on the Xbox One Early Access. I want to get that. And I want to see a couple of us get that. I want to play The Culling. And a new indie game. You might have heard of this one. Tekken 7? I don't know. I think these numbered ones, I think they should begin at 1 at times. I'm just saying. But yeah, it's available on PC, PS4 and Xbox One starting on Friday. So yeah, if people want another fighting game, there you go. We've already had one brilliant fighting game. Why not have another, probably? And then really shove it in Capcom's face of how to do a fighting game. Yeah, we still will not forgive you for what you did with Street Fighter 5. Wasn't that PS4 exclusive as well?
Yeah.
So, anyway, yeah, so that is the game releases for this week. Like I said, next week we are mainly going to be talking a bit about what we think is going to be showing up at E3, with it being the week after. We will also talk about what we're planning to do with E3 this year. I want to try and do what we did again last year, if we can. So we'll probably have 2 podcasts. If we are having 2 podcasts, it will probably be the Tuesday and the Wednesday, because also on that week is a WWE predictions, which we do on Thursdays. Oh, it's going to be a really busy week.
Yep.
And plus it's Father's Day on the Sunday afterwards. Oh, wow. That's going to be fun. So, yeah, E3, we're going to be starting to talk a bit more in depth with that, because I don't expect too much information coming out apart from leaks. So, enjoy that. Who will we have? Well, more than likely we have Ryan back. Tattastic, you'll be here, I'm going to guess?
Yeah.
Yep, and we will try and get another person to talk about them as well, and what their opinions of it is. And, of course, for videos that we bring out every week, for you guys to enjoy, go to youtube.com/craveyourgames. Video I do recommend this week, go and watch Dynasty Feud.
Yeah, that's what I was going to recommend.
We're both going to recommend Dynasty Feud this week.
Yeah.
Which came out on Tuesday. Also, you got Tattastic's Static that has come out this week, and Hanksy's Outlast 2, Drunk Hanksy's Outlast 2, that is coming out, the second part of that this week as well. But yeah, they're the only solo series we have at the moment, because Ryan's part of the Minecraft series, which is going to be coming out starting this week, and I'm using my one-shot space for Dynasty Feud and Death Road to Kinda, because I just want a little bit of laziness. So yeah, there we have it. That is this week over and done with. Thank you guys for joining us for the CTG podcast. This has been episode 146. Join us next week. Join us next week for a June edition of the CTG podcast, also known as episode 147, 48, 49 and 50, with a couple of E3 in between. So, Tattastic, thank you for joining me, mate.
Sorry?
And I don't know how to close this off, so I'm just going to say bye.
Yep, bye. It's bye then.
Well, we're finishing. Goodbye. Bye. Go. Join us for tomorrow. Just tomorrow for some predictions.